Hi everyone. I'm Rashmi Pandey from Desi Girl magazine, and I welcome you all to today's live. And we have got a very interesting topic today to talk about. And I think everyone, each one of us can relate to it, the stress of trying to fit in. So, we all have faced, I'm pretty, in somewhere in our life, be it on school, college, society, wherever we all are, there is always a stress that we are, we try to fit into that. So why is that? Why? How does that happen? And wherever we are, so I will welcome two of our friends, and they are joining with us, and we all three will share our experience, how we moved to US and how it changed our life, and somewhere we were also trying to get fit in. So I mean, just the solutions to it, the problems, the challenges, and so will I just invite them and please accept. Hi,
Hi. Hi guys.
Hi,
how are you all?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Good.
Thank you. So I was just talking to our viewers that the stress of trying to fit in.
Yeah.
It's such a broad topic.
Yeah.
It's such a big topic that it's just not. Of course, we are gonna be into that. We'll talk about how we moved to US from our country, from India. But in some way or the other, even though we are anywhere, we all are trying to fit in, whether we are in school, whether we are in college.
Right.
So I hope that our discussion will help. So let me start with Urvi. When did you moved over here, and how was your experience?
So I moved before like 7 years ago with my husband.
Mhm.
His company sent him for a project over here. So we didn't had a definite timeline that how long we are gonna be here. So it was just like I got married and within couple of months we moved here. So everything was new for me. And initially I was excited because I'm going to a different country, and especially for Indians, US and UK is a dream, right?
Yeah,
You
true.
always want to live there or visit there once in your lifetime.
Mhm.
So that was really exciting initially. So first 6 months was like good for me. It was like a honeymoon period because everything was new. And yeah, after that things get started to change little bit.
Mhm. True. And
Yeah.
what about you, Nirkunna?
Oh,
When did you move?
actually, it's been 5 years, guys, since I came here. Only now am I realizing it's been that long. We don't actually sit down and think about it, do we? Unless someone asks about it.
Yes.
And yeah, I came nearly. It's going to be 5 years soon. So I came here, and it was an arranged marriage. So everything was new, from my partner to setting up a home. Actually, I didn't even know how to set up a kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you come here and you don't even know where to go to buy things, and
Mm.
everything is new. The shops are new. You don't know where people go to buy grocery, where to go to buy utensils, dresses, everything. Every single thing from scratch. We had to learn as though we were born anew. It
Yeah.
must be easier for people who come here. I mean, who are born here, kids who grow up here. Probably
Hmm.
they might find it easier to acclimate themselves into this culture, but since it's after marriage we come here, it's a bit more difficult, I think, for us.
Yes.
We are
Yes.
too
I
molded into the Indian
yeah,
way of living, right?
completely agree with you. Actually, I had the same experience. Now, it will be like going to be 10 years over here. So time just flies by.
Yeah.
So yeah, and mine was also arranged marriage. So everything was new to me. The whole family, everything was new to me. But my husband was here much, much longer time before me, and I had a lot of extended family who were here, who came in 60s and all that. So yeah, I got a benefit of those experience, but yes, I completely agree. It's a complete new thing. So when every things started, getting settled down, you were like, then what kind of challenges? What the topic will come to the main topic, trying to stay fit into the society. What kind of challenges you faced?
Yeah, so very first challenge for me was finding a friend.
Mm-hmm.
It was totally new place. I never knew about Seattle. We first moved to Seattle, and I never knew about it. When I googled, I find out that it's a hub for Microsoft. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, there might I find people who are from same country, or uh,
Mm-hmm.
people who are just like me, because they are moving on dependent visa with their spouse. So but it's really hard when you don't know about the city. And I'm not the person who easily talk to the stranger.
Yeah.
I'm not that kind of person. Now I became like easygoing, but when I moved, I really find it hard to talk with stranger people, and I
Mhm.
literally feel like what other people will think. You don't know
Yeah.
anyone,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's difficult to do a small talks as well because you don't know
Mhm.
about the culture.
Mm.
Like if you are in India, you talk about politics, right? But
Yeah.
here you don't talk
Yeah.
about politics, right?
No,
Yeah, so
it's a
their
personal choice.
strings won't match. So big no when it comes to politics. No, don't talk.
No, true.
Yeah, so it was very difficult to find
Mm-hmm.
friends, but I tried using Facebook groups,
Mm-hmm.
and I also found a group on Meetup. So she's a Harvard pass out lady who is running an NGO, and
Oh,
she have a meetup every week. So there you
oh,
just meet and talk about uh, American culture and learn American English. It's just a
right.
conversation.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Yeah, so that
Mm.
helped me to get few friends.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. And what about you, Nirvana? What kind of challenges? We're just talking about what challenges we faced when things got settled, your kitchen, as we said. What after that?
uh, so the first was, as Urvi said, the only things, mainly that the Americans talk about is either sports or politics. I have
Mm.
no idea about either, and politics was a big no-no, right? We are afraid to talk about it in public, and
Right.
sports. I have never watched even cricket in back home actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm more into books. So what happened was I started frequenting. I haunted the library actually, the local
Mm.
library.
Mm. Yeah.
It everything is free. You don't even have to pay for a library card, which
Mm.
was
Yes.
I was amazed at that. I had to pay for
Yes.
my library cards,
Yeah.
a monthly fee, all that stuff in India, and here it's
Mm-hmm.
all free. I love the
Yeah.
reading habit of Americans. Actually, everybody reads.
Yes.
The
Yes.
reading habit is
Yeah, that's a
inculcated right,
wonderful thing. Yeah.
yeah, right from the
Mm-hmm.
childhood actually. You read, parents read to their kids every
Yes.
night,
Yes.
their midnight stories. And
Yes.
then they encourage
Mm-hmm.
reading in the school kids also. They have so much competitions even in the
Right.
library as well as in the school.
Yes.
And even adults, they read. I have seen a lot of people read,
Yes.
more
Yes.
more people reading here than I saw in
Mm-hmm.
India. So that was one thing I was
Yes.
happy. That was an easy thing to gel with because that was
Yes.
something I grew up with. I read a lot.
Yes.
So
Yes.
the library was the place that I kind of met people. They had book club meetings and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
that was amazing. Actually, they were led by university professors, local community college, and as well as
Mm-hmm.
Westchester University professors, and it was amazing.
Yes.
You can enjoy interacting with people over
Yes.
books. So many
Yes.
ideas you can get to hear, and yeah, that was beautiful.
Yes, I completely agree with you. Initially, I also didn't know about that much. It was my husband who introduced me to the library system. So he told me, you go over there, you learn. And really, I started reading a lot of books about the history also because at that time we really hardly, read much about it, but now I feel I'm much informed, much my knowledge level has, it has gone up a lot. So definitely I agree with that. And now I have my kids, and I see how much focus they give on, reading. And that's this mesmerizing, that's really very great thing.
Awesome,
That's
right?
all the time. Yeah, read, read, read. So it gets into your blood, the reading.
They
So
are
yes,
more into
definitely.
reading than memorizing
Yes,
stuff. That
Yeah.
is
yes. So
beautiful, actually. Yeah.
yes, yes, definitely. For me, when I came, it was definitely very different. I came on green card, so that was never, a problem for me for working. But still, I will tell you, it's not that easy. It's difficult. It's different. The working culture, even the professional environment, I was working over there, and when I came over here, was completely different. It was very different. Even the resume, the way we make over there, and the way we write and things, what we say, even the simplest thing, tell us about yourself. It's completely different what they expect. So I really face those kinds of challenges. And plus, on my personal front, in India, you hardly work. You have so many help over
Yeah.
there. And it's hard.
Domestic help, you mean? Yeah.
Yes, it's hard.
Yeah.
It is now, after living over here for so long year, when somebody over there say, okay, I have that kind of work and all, when they say, I said, what? Really? I mean, really, I mean, the life over here is difficult. It's not everything has to be done by yourself.
Yeah.
On a positive point, I take it's a very good thing, because we are
Independent.
all the time, yes, it makes us independent, and we are very much active. We can set our own time for everything. But
When you're
on the
sick
negative,
is when it gets really hard.
it is hard. Two kids I manage from an own. I mean, sometimes I feel it's so hard, and working it's really.
You have to cook to eat today.
Yeah.
Oh my
You
God.
have
And
to clean the
especially
dishes
if
to
you are
cook.
working full time and you are doing cooking and cleaning and everything,
Yeah.
I'm sure like by Friday you will crash like crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, at the end of
How
the
was it
night.
different, Rashmi? I wanted to ask you how, it
Mhm.
might be useful for our audience too. How was it
Yes.
different, the working environment from
Working
India?
environment is, I will say, I found a lot of positive things. Definitely. Over here, the thing is, they really give you a lot of freedom. In India, they will say, oh, you come at 9 and you have to go after your boss goes, or yeah, it's nothing like that. It's
Right,
more focused on the productivity.
right.
Whatever is there, if we are working, we do the work. The work has to be get done, and they
Doesn't
really
matter how
never
many
ask.
hours you stay
Yes,
back, it matters how
yes,
much you produce, right?
nothing,
Yeah,
nothing.
what you
The
produce is what
productivity is
matters.
more
Yeah.
important. That was, I felt, because when I was going to office, they know didn't they were so nice to me. I mean, they really appreciated my personal space. Sometimes, I had little kids, so sometimes school something happens or anything else. So, if you are working, you are finishing work at time, that's fine. You can adjust. They give you all that kind of flexibility. So this was the professionalism is, at a very high level. The next thing, if you have to learn marketing and if you need to learn the customer service, we should learn from here. That's definitely a very plus point. So I will always say to my viewers who are, that please, when you come, definitely we all try to fit in, but when we look into a very positive way, how we can learn things, how we can improve ourselves. So definitely there's a lot of things which we can really, and we'll be a very much better person, definitely. So if we can see in India, if or any other place like we go, no country can give you that kind of customer service. You go to Costco, you go to, you name it. I mean, they never even ask you why you're returning. I mean, that I never even heard few
Costco's
things.
written policy, love it.
Yeah, you really, they don't, that kind of, that makes you, if you are returning something that makes you feel guilty, oh, they should, that kind of things. So I really learned. And professional front, I will say they are very straightforward. They ask you, and they don't want to know your personal things, like what is your age, when nothing. You just talk about what you do, and they definitely. the focus is not much on educational front. I always see that. Even of course they will see what you have done, but it's more on your experience.
Right.
That's what I felt over here. That's definitely there. So it's fair. It's much fair over here. So that, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
So
that's what I have seen. Like, so I was working back in India, and now when I moved here, there was
mhm.
no policy of H4 EAD.
Hmm.
There was no
Yeah.
policy like that. This
Yeah.
Oh.
policy was made after. So when I was
Oh,
here,
okay.
I have seen the petition was going around, and H4 dependents were signing
Hmm.
in, and
Hmm.
I'm in one of the Facebook group, and she was the lady
Hmm.
who was going to the congressmen, congresswomen to
Hmm.
have this EAD rule
Yeah.
developed and
Yeah.
getting it passed. So
Hmm.
before that, there was no EAD rule. So I
Hmm.
literally had no
There would
goal,
have no hope,
because there is no
Yeah.
EAD, no
Hope.
hope. Right?
I know.
Yeah. So I was literally like, I have to find out something else,
Hmm.
because I am not gonna able to do job till maybe 10-15 years, or maybe
Yeah, I
when I
know.
get a green card, or I go back to
Yes.
India. So
Yes.
that's why I started a travel blog.
Hmm.
And it was because I can use my skill, or I can improve my skills,
Right.
just maybe writing or English or whatever you
Hmm.
say.
Right.
And that is
Yes.
the reason I decided to choose different.
Okay.
I
Hmm.
didn't had any hope of getting EAD or getting
Hmm.
into working life or so, but
Yeah.
they got the EAD rule, and now it
Hmm.
was like 6 years of gap, right? If I'm in
Yes.
India, I would go to find a
Hmm.
job after six
Yeah.
years. I don't know what
Yeah.
kind of job I will find,
Yes.
because it's difficult after a gap. But I don't know why people
Hmm.
find it difficult to understand that it's okay to have a career gap, but it doesn't mean you lost all the skills, you lost all the knowledge. No,
Yes.
that's not like that. But over here, people
Yes.
still give you a chance.
Yes.
Yes, it is
Yes.
difficult to find a
Hmm.
job because you don't have experience over here, but they still
Hmm.
get you in internship, in volunteer
Hmm.
work or something, so which you can
Hmm.
add
Hmm.
into your resume.
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
when I was in dependent visa,
Yeah.
I moved to Seattle, and
Hmm.
there is a website for volunteer
Hmm.
opportunities. So I logged
Hmm.
into that, and there is a famous farmers market, Pike Place in Seattle,
Uh-huh.
and
Okay.
I approached them because they were looking for a person to update their website.
Hmm.
And they approached me, like I approached them, and they approved, and I
Hmm.
worked with them, and it was like really
Hmm.
fun. It's not because you are doing
Hmm.
a
Hmm.
volunteer work they don't talk to
Hmm.
you or don't
Yeah.
focus on you, but they are very interactive.
They
um,
respect all kinds of work here, right?
yes, yes, and
Yes.
they try to talk to you,
Hmm.
how you moved, why you moved, and
Yes.
how is
Yes.
life, how you
Yes.
find it different over
Yes.
here. So
Yes.
people are very interactive, and they love to
Hmm.
know about you. It's not
Hmm.
just like they are just talking about them and
Hmm.
their country.
Hmm.
No, it's
Hmm.
both ways. Like they learn from you as well, and you also learn from them about the
Yeah.
culture.
Yeah.
Yeah. True.
Very true.
Yeah. Yeah. What findings like you found, Nirukana, when you came? I mean, over here. What were the best parts? We all are talking the best parts about here.
Yeah,
Did you
the
have any kind of?
workout, actually, the workout culture
Oh
here,
yeah. Yes.
everybody works out. Even I go to a Zumba class, and there
Mm.
75, no, 85-year-old
Yes.
lady, she's awesome. She dances so prettily, it's so sweet. But they come, even if they don't
Yeah.
do it with as much vigor as young people, they still come. They still want to move, keep
Mm.
moving, keep their joints and muscles, keep, they want it to be
Mm.
active. They want to be an active,
Mm.
actually.
Mm.
They want to be active. So
Yes.
that was one culture I was very surprised, and I really loved over here, actually. Back in India, even if for half an hour, if you want to go out, It will be, oh my God, what if your husband asks for
It's very
tea,
hot.
coffee, who will take care of the kid, and what if
Yeah.
some work comes,
Yes.
so what if some parcel
Yes.
comes, you know,
Yes.
everything. There is
Yeah.
so much hindrances to actually,
Yeah.
it's, but here, you know, you have to take care of yourself, is what they say about exercising. It is self-care, self-love. You have to take care of yourself. It is a necessary part of life. It's not a luxury, you know. So that
True.
was one culture I loved about it here. If I
Yes.
don't go here, it is only because of my laziness. But everyone around me, you know, they are always into it. Everyone is inspiring me. That
No,
was something
really.
I really loved here.
No,
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, please go ahead.
I also agree with Nirukuna. Like, in my family, I was the laziest person. But when I see people over here, the way they focus on self care,
We
and
feel
especially
Mm.
guilty.
women's, like in
Yes.
India,
Right.
women are like, taking care of family, taking care of kids, and they don't
Yes.
have time for themselves. But
Yes.
over here, like, no matter the age, either you
Yes.
are young, you are old, you are
Yeah.
middle aged, no matter the age,
Yes.
but everyone focus on their own self, and
Yes.
that is really a good thing.
Yes. True. I really, just agree with it because people are over here so much focused on, health. They are so much conscious about it. I mean, I've really hardly seen over in our place. So definitely, and you brought a very good point. Why women in India or any other, other places, all the Saudi, especially in our South Asian communities, why they are not able to do that. There's a lot of things that they have to take care of, and sometimes they get into that kind of easy zone where they hardly think that it's important for them to take out time for themselves. So that is
Prioritize.
very
They
important.
make themselves a
Yeah.
lesser priority, right? That's
Yeah.
Yes,
very
it becomes a
sad,
very less
actually.
priority. I agree with it, definitely.
And I would like, I don't know, it's just a thought, but as our titles say, right, trying to fit in, especially
Yes.
when
Yes.
women who get married,
Mm-hmm.
you try to fit in and trying to make every family member happy,
Happy, yeah.
and that's where
Yes.
you lose the self care, and trying to
Yeah.
fit in
Correct.
gets in,
Yes, and
and
even if yeah.
everything changes.
Yes, and even if they get time or they are so lazy or they become into that kind of habituated that they hardly think that it's important. Sorry
even
about
if
that.
even if we
Yeah,
get a half an hour break, you know, we would always be thinking, okay, let's do another snack item, okay, let's do another
yeah,
dinner item, or let's wash that, let's clean this. That's the only
yeah.
way we have been programmed that way, I think.
Yes,
Very difficult to come out of
yes,
that mindset,
yeah,
actually. Seeing here, these people are inspiring us, actually. You
Yeah.
actually
yes,
feel guilty if you
yes,
don't take care of yourself.
Yeah,
yes.
I totally agree. Like, we should have a timer that within this time you should get out from the kitchen
Yeah.
and don't stay in the kitchen,
Yes.
right?
High
Actually,
five.
yes. Actually, I have started doing few things because now my kids, it was so hard over here also, I will say, because you hardly get any help with kids, especially I have raised two kids and it was so hard, just, being all alone and taking care of the two little kids. It's so hard. But now now they are like kind of in a school going age. So now, they're more understanding. So I can take out little bit time for myself. So it's really inspiring what both of you are saying. So the next thing I like to ask Urvi, that what, of course, we are all talking about the problems, but what are the solutions? What did you, of course you told few of them, but what exactly things you felt that should be done to of coming out of those stress, anxiety of trying to fit in and coming to a new country and understanding the culture and getting into it. So what kind of solutions you tried and did? Yeah.
Yeah, so as I said earlier, I really tried finding a Facebook group, and
Hmm.
especially like Indians in Seattle or Indians
Hmm.
in California or Los Angeles. So you
Yeah.
can obviously try those Desi groups on Facebook,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
Which can be help. So after I had a kid, I also found moms group, and
Yeah.
I had a lot of play dates with other moms in the park, like before pandemic.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah,
Yes.
so those were a good option. And other thing I found helpful is meetups. So there is
Hmm.
a website called meetups.com, and then you put in your location and they will find what are the meetups happening around you.
Oh,
So
okay.
there were a lot of meetups in Seattle, but when I moved to Milwaukee, it's a small place
You have
and
been
popular for
everywhere.
beer. So there were not, like, I hardly attended one meetup because
Uh,
they don't have much commute,
uh,
right? And
mm,
so I wasn't driving at that time.
mm.
So commute was a big
Yeah.
challenge for me.
Yes.
Public
So I hardly
transportation is
attended one or
We'll
two
completely,
come to this
meetups.
point later.
yeah, public transportation does not exist here, literally. Very rarely, you know. And we used to
Yeah.
have auto rickshaws, and we used to have cabs
We
there.
miss
We
them.
used to have buses, trains. Oh my God, where are they here? Unless you're in a
Yeah.
metropolitan area, you don't get to have any kind of
Yeah.
public transportation. You have to
Yes.
drive, and even if you want to walk, the roads are. I can't make my people back in India understand. I don't know, they haven't seen roads like this. It's a highway, and it's the cars are speeding in 80 miles per hour, and
Yeah.
the road is from this place to this place. It's fully made of concrete. There is no place to walk. It's a
You know,
road. There is no
that's
side paths. That's what I keep doing.
when,
I step out of my house, and it's an entire road is full of cars. There's no place to walk,
yeah.
and they said, no, of course you can walk, just walk slowly and on the side. No, it's not possible.
Nobody goes also on the freeway. I mean, yeah, completely different. Yes. Yes, I
We
Yeah.
call
agree
it
with it.
expressway and freeway here, right? We call it highway
Yeah.
back home.
Yeah. True,
Yeah.
true. So yeah, what is like meetups are like? They will just tell you what topics they are going to discuss or something like that?
No, so they create an event, so you
Mm-hmm.
know the date and the topic. Some
Yeah.
meetups are just to meet with the
Mm-hmm.
people
Mm-hmm.
and chat with other people
Mm-hmm.
and make friends. And
Yeah.
some meetups, if it's a technology related meetups like a WordPress or Java or something like
Oh.
that, then they mention the topic and
Oh.
they bring the presenter and
Mm-hmm.
they teach
Mm-hmm.
about that topic.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
So
Yeah.
that is like you get free knowledge, free learning,
Yeah.
and also meet other people like
Yeah.
in the same field. So
Right.
you
Yeah.
might, click
Networking
with
Yes. Yes.
them and maybe make friends or
So
something like that.
yeah. So do they come and is someone makes a presentation kind of a thing? Like if somebody is talking about WordPress, so do they come
Yes,
and talk like that? Oh,
yes.
okay.
So
Yeah,
like
that sounds interesting. Yeah.
WordPress is very big platform, right? So they might be talk about how to install
Mhm. Mhm.
plugin if it's a very basic meetup. And
Mm.
if it's
Yeah.
advanced meetup, then how you edit the plugin, how you change the setting, and
Yeah.
some advanced level of
Right.
discussion.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's really very interesting. Even I didn't know about that. So what else things like in normal society kind of a thing when we go into what else you think is a thing what people can do when some when people they are coming, especially the women, they are coming, what else they can do?
Yeah. So you can also, join events which are happening near your temple,
Hmm.
because a temple is the only place where Indian
Hmm.
festivals are celebrated, and
Yes.
you will see a
Yes.
lot of people
Yeah.
getting over there. So
Yes.
there you can, because some temples serve food as well, so you can try
Hmm.
volunteering there
Yeah.
and make your own tribe and make your own
Right.
friends. That is
True.
also a good place.
Yes.
Yeah.
What about you, Nirkunna? What you would like to tell people, especially the women, what can they do? We are talking about the solutions. What you
Yeah.
came up with? Yeah.
Okay. I realized that fitting in is completely overrated, guys. Fitting in,
Yeah.
it is overrated. Instead
Mm-hmm.
of fitting in, be true to
Mm-hmm.
yourself and your beliefs. Don't lose
Mm-hmm.
yourself and your beliefs so that you can
Mm-hmm.
mingle in a crowd and disappear in a crowd. You don't
Mm-hmm.
stand out for the sake of standing out. You're not making a statement here, but
Yeah.
don't lose yourself in the process of fitting in.
Mm-hmm.
Because the people that you want to attract actually like you for who you are, irrespective of your background, your
Mm.
country, your gender, your age.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
I wear a bindi all the time because I want to. Sometimes I don't
Mm.
feel like it and I don't wear it. So
Mm.
your choice must be whether you feel like it, not because you want to mingle with someone,
Yes.
you have to
Yes.
fit in with someone. No,
Yes.
whatever you feel like must take the priority.
Mm.
That's
Mm.
very
Yeah.
important. And sometimes you have to make adjustments. I'm a vegetarian. After coming here, every food, every dish had some kind of meat in it. Whatever
Yeah.
flies and whatever crawls, it is all in there. So what I had
Yeah.
to do was I had to ask them every time, does this have meat in it? If you go to Mexican restaurants, they'll ask, they'll say carnitas. What is carnitas? Does it have meat in it? They'll look at me strangely and say, it is carnitas. Of course it has meat in it. So sometimes it's very
Yes.
difficult, but
Yes.
just to fit in, not to look strange, I have never given in. That is my faith, that is my principle, my belief.
Mm.
So I don't want to eat meat. So I always ask them, make a point of asking them every time, what is in this? What is in this? I
Yes.
never tire. Of course, they always look at me as though I'm a freak. I never cared. That is important,
Yeah.
stick to
Yes.
what you want. What
Yeah.
you want is important. That's it. And
Yes.
public transportation again was very difficult. So
Yeah.
if you want to get over it, for all the things that you guys said, meetups, everything,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we need to interact in person rather than virtually.
Mm-hmm.
So for that, you need to get out of the house. So for that,
Yes.
learn to drive. That's the
Yes.
best thing that you can do after coming to US, not for
Mm.
fitting in, but for yourself.
Yes.
you know
Yes.
Learn to drive so that you can get out there, meet
Yeah.
people, and attract your own tribe,
Mm.
the people that
Mm.
value you for being you, not because you're
Yes.
trying to fit in.
Fit
That is
in. True.
important. Yeah. And
Yeah.
dressing, that was also, they're very practical here. Depending
Yeah.
upon the occasion, they have a dress for that. They are not frowned upon, they are not shunned, they are not being judged. That was very,
Yeah.
it was liberating here actually.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And so, in within your own comfort zone, of course, I changed to, because it was easier and I liked it, not because I wanted to fit in.
Mm.
And money, oh my God, the currency, guys. Every time I used to convert it to INR, the time when I moved here, $1, if my husband took me to a Dollar Tree. This is the cheapest,
Yeah.
cheapest shop you can
But
find.
yeah.
And I picked one thing and I asked him how much it was. Of course, it's $1, and I converted it. Oh my God, 75 rupees? No way. You can't get anything less than this. So yeah, that is something you acclimate yourself. That is not fitting in,
Uh-huh.
but acclimating yourself. You have to stop converting everything into INR. You have to
Mm-hmm.
live your life in dollars. You have to learn to
Yes.
live it. You have to learn to adapt. That is more adapting than fitting in. And
Mm.
again, the food. I was once talking to a friend in my gym. She was Chinese actually. I was telling her about a Mediterranean restaurant that it was awesome actually, and
Mm.
I was telling her about the hummus and stuff, and I was describing the different names, and she said, "Are you talking about curry?" Indians, we are stereotyped that we have to
Yes.
help them come out of it actually. They don't do it
Yeah.
intentionally, but we have to
Yeah.
help them come out. Just like
Uh-huh.
everyone else, we try all cuisines, right from Mexican to Italian to American,
Mm.
everything, right? So
Mm.
we don't just eat curry day in, day out.
Yes.
Especially Indians always eat curries is a very stupid stereotype because South Indians barely eat curries here. We don't eat curries. Colombo,
Yeah. Yeah.
Poriyal, Kootu, these are the things that we eat. That's the
Right.
names
Right.
we use actually. So
Yes.
that was very comical. No, I'm talking about a Mediterranean restaurant. I said, and she was taken aback. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. No, you don't have to be sorry. I'm not saying it to offend you or call you out.
Uh-huh.
I'm just saying
Yes.
that I don't always eat curry. Curry is something that is very rare in my, in my food.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and music, guys. Oh my God, I grew up listening to Ilayaraja, A.R. Rahman. They have won Golden Globe
Mm.
Awards, but still here they always want us to listen to concerts. The
Yes,
concept, guys. I never
yes,
understood. I went once and sat there. It was jazz, I suppose, and I didn't understand even a single thing. Just like Carnatic music in India, I didn't even understand a single thing. Okay, you're blowing on a pipe. Okay, there is
yeah,
some sound. Is that supposed to be enjoyable? Okay, everybody's enjoying. I supposed to enjoy. I suppose. And it
yeah,
didn't gel. Okay, so in
yes,
the process of acclimating yourself into this culture and fitting in,
yeah,
don't lose
yeah,
yourself and don't torture yourself
yes,
doing something that you don't
yeah,
like. Listen to
yeah,
what you want to listen. Do something that you want to do.
yeah,
And sometimes they have this
mm-hmm,
jokes, local jokes,
yeah,
American jokes. Sometimes they
mm-hmm,
say something and I'm like,
uh-huh,
I don't
Half of the
understand,
mm-hmm,
but
time,
I'm
I
gonna
don't
pretend.
understand their jokes.
yeah, yeah,
So only
yeah,
way is you have to
yeah,
actually allot time to stand with them, get to know them, what they're talking about. I started to be frank and I once said, I don't understand. Can you please explain? Only after asking so many times, I started to get it. You shouldn't be shy and reserved. Go out there, ask them to explain. Get it.
yeah,
Try to understand. Only that is the only way you can acclimate yourself. Not to fit in again, just to acclimate yourself. Know a different culture. Know the people around you. Being friendly with the people around you. We have our apartment has a concierge.
mm-hmm,
He is such a darling. He's a 70-year-old darling, and he always teaches me something new every time I talk to him about. He tells me about a new radio station that I could listen
uh-huh,
to,
mm-hmm,
a new restaurant nearby, something like that. It's
mm-hmm,
always nice to make friends with another culture.
yeah,
Diversification is awesome, guys. But
yes,
don't do it to fit in again. Just do it to be
yeah.
friendly and have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
you
is
got
your
a very
experience,
wonderful.
Rashmi?
Yeah, I was going to talk about this, that I would like to tell everyone, please, whenever, especially the women, when you guys come over here, please learn, driving is very important. Please, the first thing one should do is driving, because that makes you independent,
Yeah.
really. And then only you will come out, you can go to gym, whatnot, everywhere. You will have the access to it. So I know people, I know girls who even they have a problem in talking in English, but they are driving and they are like having a very wonderful life. So it's very important, of course.
It opens
So
up
for me,
doors that you never imagined. Driving does.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I know one or two people who don't know still after such a long time, and they have a very hard time. They are really having a hard time, but they don't understand. They have to come out of that fear and they have to learn. So please, I will say, please come out and just learn that. It's not that, it's not rocket science. Everybody is doing it.
Yeah.
So my experience was, I will say, when I came, I even went to a doctor. I was like so much depressed, and I thought I'm not doing good or whatever. So she was a very nice doctor. She said, I think you have moved and you're really feeling very depressed. So you do one thing, you go out for walking. If you meet anyone stranger, just say hello to them. Try to talk. When you will talk, and try to talk to your place also as much as you can, because you really have to, and start learning new things. So library really helped me.
Yeah.
I started reading a lot and all that kind of things. And like Urvi, you said temple, because my husband, we were really going to temple all the time. So I think if anyone has this kind of community kind of a thing, whether it's church, mosque, temple, anywhere, you guys, everyone should go over there, because we will meet people who are over here. They maybe they are on the same boat like us. So interacting with them, I really made lots and lots of friends while just going by to temple. So it's just not, we should not think as a temple like that. It's a place where
It's
people
not a
go.
place of religion. It's more
Yeah, it's
community
more of a
gatherings here.
community.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, it's nothing. People are more going, and even the kids, they enjoy so much, because a lots of kids are coming. They're having functions and all that, and it's like chatting time, sitting, enjoying. So I think that these things really helped me, and gradually I started working, family life. I started getting more settled in my
Did that
neighbors.
help, Rashmi, working? Did that
What?
help you connect with more people, network? Did that help you after you started working? Did that make a
Uh,
difference?
No, yeah, actually, you are asking me about the job. Did that network help me?
No, I mean, after going for a job, were you able to make more friends? Were you able to get network with more people? Did you
Yes,
get more exposure? And
yes,
did you
yes.
find it more easier to acclimate yourself into
Yes,
this culture?
actually, yes, it did help me after the first job only. First I went to university, I went to UCLA. I did some courses
Nice.
over there. So I made friends over there only. And my professor, they were so nice. I really liked over there so much, going to the college and, the
Yeah.
big environment, feeling very good. I still feel that the air is there.
Yeah, that's a
So
nice
yeah, I
feeling.
can
I tried
smell
it
it.
in my local community college, and that was an awesome feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was so nice. I used to go by bus and come. My husband used to come and pick me up. So it was very nice. From there only I started, and I got my first job from there only. There was a student who had a startup, and she kind of made me offer. So
Okay.
from there I started. So that's how it helped me. And from there it was like no looking back and getting to know people. Even I went like to interview like crazy. I was going, and I used to like that, because when I go to, I'm talking about it, and it really helped me when I really got the offer. So it really boosted my
When you
confidence.
take more interviews, you get to know
Uh,
yourself better, you know.
yes,
Yeah.
While
yes.
answering those
Yeah.
questions, sometimes you answer with the first answer that comes to your mind, and you didn't even realize that that was what
Yes.
you were thinking before. And
Yeah.
I get to know myself more. Give as many interviews as you want, guys.
Yes.
It's actually a great experience, even if
Yeah.
you don't get the job.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the only thing you really said a very good thing, that the whole thing of staying to fit in is a very, big, it's a really hype.
Overrated.
Yeah, it's very
Overrated.
overrated.
Yeah.
It's a hype that, because we have to give some time. We really have to. It's not that easy. Even we have to think like that. When I was working in India, I moved from one place to another place in somewhere in West. I didn't knew that state at all. I didn't knew the people, the culture. So it took me time over there also. So we have to give some time. We have to give some time, and plus it's very important. We should not lose our roots. So I'm coming back to this thing. Urvi, what you think? Of course, staying to fit in is a give us anxiety and stress. But is it important to what helps us staying back to connected to our roots? Should we get? Does it help us in coming overcoming the stress, being connected to our roots?
Yeah, so there are different kind of people. There are people who land first time on US land, and they start having an accent. And there are people like us who doesn't care about accent, that people should know that we are
The
from
fake
US,
accent is
right?
really
We
comical.
doesn't care about that. But what we care about, like, I would say my son is speaking more Gujarati than
Hmm.
what other people speak Gujarati back in India,
Hmm.
because we are like in house we have a strict policy of talking in Gujarati, because I
Hmm.
want him to learn our mother tongue, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
And English, he's gonna learn, right? I'm not worried
Yeah.
about that.
We should never
He-
worry about English.
yeah, so that's where the difference is. I think it's stress of trying to fit in is in our head, because we are far from our country. We don't
Hmm.
have friend to talk. There is a
Hmm.
time difference. You always talk
Hmm.
on a phone with other people, but
Hmm.
whatever you
Hmm.
talk on face to face, it's
Hmm.
really
It's
different,
different. Yes.
right?
Yes.
So you miss those things, and
Yes.
that's why you have a stress of making new friends,
Hmm.
no matter it's from your culture or a different
Yeah.
culture, whatever it is. But
Hmm.
you are literally looking for a person to make a friend whom you
Hmm.
can share your thoughts, you can go out, because your husband is at the work, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
So
Right.
whole day you are staying alone at home. That
Hmm.
is more stressful rather than trying to fit in.
Hmm. Right. True.
So I really think like we should have a tribe, like a group where
Hmm.
whoever new comes, can, just join
Yeah.
that group and talk to the
Yeah.
people. So from
Yes.
there you can find
Yeah.
people who is living around, like
Ah.
I'm living in California, right?
Mhm.
So Nirkunna is living in Pennsylvania, but
Mhm.
if she moved new, she doesn't know who is, like, what kind of Indians around her place. Then
Yes.
it's obviously like, it's you find it difficult to find out a person whom you can talk, right?
Right.
So for me, I think like those Facebooks and meetup communities, because you
Mhm.
don't want to meet
Yeah.
stranger directly, right? You want to
Right.
talk with the person, you just
First.
want to figure out if you guys are on the same page,
Right.
and then
Right.
only you will meet a stranger, especially in a uh, unknown country. You don't want to meet stranger directly.
Yes, true. For that, I will say, please, anyone who wants to talk about, anything, or they want any solution to their, please join our, Desi Girl Tribe. We have a group on our Facebook. So please come to join us, and please you can comment on that, and we'll try to, help whatever way it is. So yeah, so that is the reason
I
we are.
agree. I agree. Just as Urvi said, after a particular age, it's difficult to make friends with people. Not the way you
Mhm.
used to make friends during your
Yes,
school and college days,
yes.
Yeah.
and starting from scratch, making small talk, getting to know each other, 2 to 3
Uh-huh.
meetings, and then trying to know if you gel with them. It's very difficult.
Mhm.
It's a lot of work. So instead of going out there saying, okay, I'm going to make a friend today, instead of that kind of attitude, if you go do something that you like I go to a book club, Urvi goes
Yes,
to WordPress meetups, and
yes,
this the Girl magazine thing that we are doing right here,
right.
that's a very awesome platform where I connected with you guys. We were able to talk about
Yes,
things that
yes,
we can identify ourselves in your stories, right? So
Yeah.
yes.
go do something that you love, and the tribe will automatically come to you. You don't have to go looking for a friend. That never works, actually. I found that out.
True. Yeah, that is there. We should not try to, instead of trying to fit in, we should be what we are,
Yeah.
and things will come to us. When I go to some fun my neighbor's party recently, we went over there, and we were just few people over there, and we were talking. They were really so much interested into talking about our culture, what guys, the kind of restaurants they are telling. Okay, we have gone that Indian restaurant. How do you do this? So it's not that way. It's very overhyped that, okay, we have to fit in. I will say, just try to be what you are, rather than just trying to
Yeah.
be, somebody who you are not, and who,
Exactly.
that will not never
In the
give you
quest
happiness.
to fit in, don't lose your authentic self. Be your
Yes.
authentic self, and
Yeah.
the universe brings your own tribe to you. It attracts you
Right.
to your own
Yes.
tribe. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So please come and join our Desi Girl Tribe Forum. And we will try to, we can talk and, just be there. And yeah, so it's so, coming back to the same thing, Nirukana, how it is important to stay importance of staying connected to our roots.
Staying connected to my roots. I mean, the thing is, as I said, it's different for us because we were not born and brought up here. So
Mm-hmm.
we are cast into this mold. We are too hard set into this mold of an Indian culture. So we
Mm-hmm.
can't change everything overnight. If we did that, it would be
Yes.
fake. We would be trying to fit
Right.
in as a fake person. So that is
Yes.
completely a stupid thing to do, actually. So there are some things that will be hard. It will be wired hard into your being, that something differs from person to person. Don't let
Mm-hmm.
go of that. Be yourself. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And but be open to, don't be prejudiced. Just to stay true to your roots. Don't always go looking for Indian friends. I actually found that I vibed better sometimes with some other culture, either a Mexican or some from Europe,
Mm-hmm.
some guy from
Yeah.
Europe, and
Yeah.
and the age doesn't matter either. I always gel and vibe better with 50-year-olds and 60-year-olds more than 20 and 30-year-olds. So
Yes,
yeah, be open.
yes,
Since
yes.
this America is supposed to be a
Yeah.
melting pot of cultures. That is a
Right,
very big
right.
advantage to you guys. You
Yes.
have so many options, so many choices. Just be
Hmm.
open to it all. And the roots, it's always going to be there. It is something that cannot be
Yes.
taken out of you.
Yeah,
It is
it
in
will
you.
be there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is in you.
Ah,
So don't try too hard to stay
yes.
connected, or too hard to get detach yourself from it. Just be
Right.
yourself. Don't stress
Yes.
anyway.
Yes.
Either way, it is not going to work. That's it.
Yes. Yeah, that's a wonderful thoughts both of you gave. Actually, that's right. Actually, I know even people over here, the age does not matter. Even I have friends who are like 70, 80 years old, and they're so, and I come to know so many things. They are telling about those days, how it was over here, where my house is, and it's so wonderful to know about all those stuff. So yeah, it's completely it's completely okay and very pretty much very fine, and we just have to give time to settle ourselves over here. So yeah, so that's all from our side. And I please see, and please let us know if you have anything. Please comment
Yeah,
so that
and
we'll.
there is a guy watching here. He's like my little brother Balaji. Hi.
Oh,
He's watching. So
hi.
hi, Balaji. It's been a long time. Thank you for watching this live. Just wanted to say that,
Yeah,
guys.
thank you for coming.
Yeah, thanks for
Yeah.
coming.
Okay. Thanks. Thank you all. And it was wonderful talking to you all. And thanks, Urvi. Thanks, Nirkunna.
Thank you, Rashmi.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so
Yeah.
much.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Happy Friday, everyone.
Bye, guys. Have a great
Bye.
weekend.
Happy
Bye.
Friday.
Bye.
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 Bye. Bye.